October 2019, Rose Grown Records. This was the first time that you guys posted on Instagram. You would drop a Ride Down Rosecrans, in which Kali said you wasn't there most of the time for. But you know, you spoke about living in the studio for 2 months.
Yeah.
You guys were able to partner up with Empire. Shout out my guy Chris Munoz. Shout out Big Swift. And the distribution aspect of it with Henny and Tequila. Please break all this down to us. And what was it like actually putting this project together?
Man, that was like, when I think back at that time, that was like the most like frustrating and rewarding and difficult like moment of my career, because it was just like, we signed a deal. We got offered a deal by Empire. They, you know, told us, yo, you know, we love what you're doing. You know, they wanted me to go up to the Bay and meet with them, and so I went up and they were like, we love what you're doing. What can we do? How do we work together? And I was like, well, I want a record label. I want a distribution deal. They were like, done. What else? And then I'm just like, shit. So I brought Kali with me, right? Because the opportunity was presented to me, but I'm very much a person that like, I'm gonna share my blessings with the people around me that I believe in as well. I'm not gonna share with just anybody, but like, if I feel like you can help me, we can help each other, like, let's do it. We're already working together. And so I brought Kali with me. Kali like blurts out like, we could do an album. We could have Shoreline, we could have Greedo, we could have everybody on it. And I'm just like, bro, we didn't talk about this. We didn't say that. We never agreed to this at all, right? And so, but I'm just trying to keep my cool, because you don't want to seem like you're fighting with your partner in front of you know, the people you're having a meeting with.
Yeah, but it's like you getting gut checked.
You want to seem like you're in accord. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't say anything. I'm just like, We get out. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, how are we gonna deliver that? Like, what do you mean we can do that? He's like, bro, we'll figure it out. Da, da, da. I'm just like, stressed out immediately, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, you know, starting to think about it. I'm like, I guess we could do that. You know what I'm saying? We do have these relationships with these artists. We can turn in like a body of work. And you know, it went from like never putting anything together, no project, no nothing, like, to now we have to turn in an album in 60 days. And so it's just like that whole growing pain that, you know, it has to be fire, it has to have the right amount of artists on it, like the names have to be right, and everything has to sound good. And, you know, it went from like, maybe we're thinking like, yeah, like send in some records, you know, and we put them all on a collaboration to be like a mixtape, and then we just kind of were like, you know what, fuck that, we're not gonna take the easy way out. We're gonna start from zero, from no songs, no beats, to create a full project, and we're gonna have like 40, 50 songs to choose from, and we're gonna pick the best like 13, 14.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So we did that. Kali was living in the studio. I was there a lot. I couldn't stay overnight because I had a son. You feel me? Like, I had a lot more.
Disrespect. I didn't mean nothing.
No. But it's funny because he'll always say that. But it was just like, he's like, I'll give it up to Kali. He's a real A&R through and through. Like, he's stay for the whole entire session, beginning to end. He'll make sure that the beat sounds this way, the beat sounds this way. I'm a little different. I'm like, okay, I hear this shit. Okay, let me get it to this person. Let me get it to that person. I think this person will sound good on this. You know, I more like rely on my ear.
That's right.
And that aspect of it. But again, that's why like we have different skill sets. So that's why we work. That's why we were able to put this project together, and it was so fire, and we could stand on it today and be like, this shit still slaps.
Right, facts.
You know what I'm saying? So like, shout out to Kali. We did our thing. Living in the studio for 2 months, hella miserable. You get fat, you know what I'm saying? You don't work out, you don't get no sleep. You know what I'm saying? You hate yourself. I remember after those 2 months, bro, I hated myself. I'm like, oh my God, like I lost sleep, money, energy. We went broke making that album, like everything. It really put us to the test, you know what I'm saying?
But y'all did it.
But we did it, you know what I'm saying? And we're proud of it. It's not something that, because my biggest fear was like making something that I would look back on and not be proud of, because all of this would be for nothing, you know what I'm saying? So like, I'm proud of what we created.
Yeah, well, we got to give a big shout out to Kali. He is considered the Swiss Army knife of this shit.
Oh, for sure.
By the words of, is it a Hef 10K?
Yeah.
10. Okay, so by words of Hef 10K. Yeah, man. If you don't know nothing about Kali Shishadi, then you got to learn about the man, because everybody needs a Kali.
He'll be on here next
in their life. Yes, he will. Oh, now let's talk about this. Shout out to my guy Big Swift, because Big Swift is the reason why you guys even met.
Facts.
Now, before I knew that, I was like, I thought that y'all were cousins or something.
Oh, really?
But Big Swift said, yeah, no, I took the time to introduce them. So how was meeting Kali to you? What's your side of it?
So me and Kali went to high school together.
Okay.
We didn't know each other.
Okay.
At all.
Okay.
He knew some people. We had some mutual friends, but I actually ended up falling out with those friends, and he was still their friend. So I kind of considered Kali a op. I was like,
oh, he said Kali was a op.
Yeah, honestly, I was like, I don't fuck with that crowd. I don't fuck with that crowd of people, right?